Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Yo, this is DJ, the eBay pirate, jabbing at you on how to prevent becoming a victim of an eBay scam. The first and most important tip is to trade only with the US. I don't care how good their feedback is. I don't care how they swear up and down that they've never had a problem, and how they point to their gorgeous, beautiful feedback that says that, hey, I'm a great guy, and just because I live in France, that doesn't make me a bad person. Don't do it. Sellers out there, if you ship out anything overseas, be prepared for it to become a donation to a scammer. All the overseas buyer has to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, I didn't get that, give me my money back, and boom, that money is gone, you're out your item. They don't need to give a reason. Their wife didn't like it, they didn't like it, it's Thursday, doesn't matter. They get their money back, no questions asked. That money is just gone. Your PayPal account might get locked up. You're going to be short some money, which can cause a domino effect. That is deadly. I've seen that happen. It ain't pretty. Your PayPal account gets locked up. Other people start complaining because they didn't get their stuff because you can't ship. Then your eBay account gets locked up, and then it's all over. And it can happen like that, people. Don't ship overseas. Now please note, this includes Canada. Sorry, Canucks. I got nothing against you, but unfortunately, there's a lot of overseas buyers that operate out of Canada. Sad to say. It's also important to note that when dealing with border states such as Washington State or New York, it is very easy for a scammer to come out of Montreal, drive across the border to his commercial mailbox, and scam you that way. So I urge you to always pay special attention to those orders that are going to a border state. Now I'm going to go ahead and address PayPal's so-called protection in just a bit. Hold those questions just a second. Accept payments other than PayPal. If you're putting on your auctions PayPal only, can't imagine why, but if you're putting PayPal only, well, guess what? You will eventually get scammed. Guaranteed. I'll bet you money on it. If you accept other forms of payment, such as checks, money orders, or even direct credit card by establishing your own merchant account, you can significantly reduce the chances of you getting scammed. Now added to that, the savings of not using PayPal, because processing checks is a lot cheaper than processing PayPal. Now here's some of you saying, what about bad checks? Honestly, the risk involved in receiving a bad check is minimal compared to the chances of being scammed via PayPal. Please note that I said the risk involved in receiving a check is quite small. It's quite probable you will get a bad check. That doesn't mean you have to cash it though. It's very easy to spot whether a check is going to be good or bad. I can tell you about that in an upcoming short. But for now, I'm going to seriously recommend that you start accepting money orders and cashier's checks. Using a few short, simple guidelines, it is quite easy to manage the risk involved in receiving checks and money orders. And I'm going to go over those in a future short. Make sure to look for eBay Pirate checks, and that'll show you some tips on how to avoid being scammed using fake checks and bad money orders. Notwithstanding eBay's requirement that all sellers accept PayPal, I have always pushed forward the notion that I do not have to accept PayPal in any given transaction from any given seller. If a particular seller's metrics are indicative of a higher level of risk, I will simply refuse to accept PayPal from him or her. It just ain't gonna happen, baby. Now, what exactly are those metrics? I will share those metrics with you in an upcoming short, so be sure to subscribe. Ship only to a physical address that you can verify. Type that address into Google, and if it comes up as a commercial mail drop, guess what? It's probably not a good sign. Now, if you do decide to ship to a commercial mailbox, be sure that you get signature required with restricted delivery. This will prevent the clerk from signing for the package and screwing you over. You ask, why do I want to go to extreme measures? Well, guess what? In Las Vegas, at a commercial mailbox, the clerk was in on the scam. The clerk was signing for the packages, and because the person who ordered the item was not actually the one who signed, guess what? PayPal screwed the seller over. Big surprise, huh? You've been warned. A special note, if the delivery address is an apartment, make sure you use signature confirmation. There is a lot of mail theft going on in apartments. A lot of them. Ship using options that are proportionate to the value of the item and the risk involved in that particular transaction. What does this actually mean? Well, that means if you're going to ship a $5 DVD, you may only want to use delivery confirmation. But if you're going to ship a $1,000 laptop, guess what? You're going to need signature required restricted delivery, possibly even certified mail. It bears mentioning that dumbass PayPal does not consider certified mail proof of delivery. It's good enough for the US government, but it's not good enough for PayPal. If you send something certified mail and they sign for it and they file a chargeback, guess what? You are going to lose that chargeback. Okay? You need to get signature delivery. Now those USPS flat rate boxes are very competitive with FedEx and UPS. You also had the added benefit that if a buyer tries to scam you, it is a federal offense because he used the mails. I'll give you a quick short story on how powerful that can be. I had a seller out of Phoenix scam me out of a car stereo. Filed a chargeback 3 months after he took delivery. Didn't even bother to fight the chargeback, just told PayPal, go ahead and give the asshole his money back. Then I marched my ass down to the post office, filed form PS 8165, which is the mail fraud claim form. Filled it out, called his local police department, faxed him a copy of that, and had him take a statement at his door. The asshole sent me back the money in 48 hours, and I even had the extra $10 in my pocket that PayPal charges you to steal your money. Now another thing to do is understand what delivery confirmation is. If a delivery confirmation item is not scammed, you're just shit out of luck. Same thing with signature delivery. If it isn't signed for, you're just shit out of luck. They file a PayPal complaint and you're out all the money and the goods. Therefore, I strongly recommend that for your higher value items, you use insurance and totally forget the delivery or signature confirmation. If you have insurance, you are protected in 3 ways. If the item is lost, damaged, or stolen, you can always file a claim and give the buyer back his money and take minimal, if any, loss. Also, insured items over $50 will generally require the recipient to sign for the item. Now, this signature is not available online. However, in the event of a claim, such as a false claim of non-receipt, that signature is available from the post office for a nominal fee. Now, there's a double standard involved versus buyers and sellers on what constitutes proof of delivery. And I'll cover that because that is a very, very serious scam that is perpetuated on eBay using PayPal. And to look it up, just search for eBay pirate scam. Always request the buyer's contact information directly from eBay. Do not, and I repeat, do not simply email the buyer and say, "What's your phone number?" There is a specific reason that I'm telling you to get it directly from eBay. I'm not going to cover it right now. It's going to be its own short. Simply email the buyer and say, "What's your phone number?" There is a specific reason that I'm telling you to get it directly from eBay. I'm not going to cover it right now. It's going to be its own short. But I will tell you, you want to get the information directly from eBay. If you don't know how to do it, check out the website. I'll have some links and some instructions on exactly how to do it. My personal policy is that I will not ship an item of any serious value to a buyer whom I cannot contact over the phone. If I cannot contact that buyer over the phone, they are not getting that item. I do not feel comfortable shipping $500 to $1,000 worth of goods to someone I have never even spoken to on the phone.